Okay, so this is gonna be a different type of video. Before we begin, I'm not a doctor, right? I'm not a physician, I'm not a whatever, right? I just found a lot of articles recently that are really interesting and I wanted to share because for some reason I don't see it anywhere else on YouTube or anything. Like, it's not that popular, and I just thought this was really interesting information that maybe someone could use or someone could apply. I want to talk about cancer treatments, right? And like this new type of cancer treatment that might actually work. That was, I think, more researched within this year. Currently, the main type of cancer treatment that we have is chemo, right? And what chemo is it's basically radiation therapy, where it basically what it does is it just kills everything and then just hopes that it kills all the bad stuff before it kills all the good stuff. That's what chemo is, right? So it's basically indiscriminate killing, indiscriminately destroying all the cells, and hopefully the cancer cells are weaker than your body cells. That's our current way of treating cancer, right? And you can imagine that method of treating cancer is really painful for the patient. You're actively killing the healthy cells of the patient when you're trying to kill the cancer cells as well. So that leads you to wonder, is there a way to kind of target these cancer cells specifically rather than indiscriminately destroying everything, right? And there apparently there's been a lot of research that's been going on for the specific way of doing this, right? For the specific way of targeting only cancer cells. And the solution is actually really simple and really interesting in how it works. So back in 1922, right, according to this article, I'll post that here somewhere, researchers found out that people that had cancer, their pee and their poop didn't have glucose in it, right? It didn't have any sugars in it. Keep that in mind, right? There's no sugar inside their excrement. So what they logically deduced was, that means that if the cancer cells are basically using up that sugar, right, the extra sugar that should be in your excrement, it's using that up. So your body runs on multiple different types of energy, right? There's three main energy sources, right? So the first one of storing energy is glycogen, right? And glycogen is basically, it stores all the sugars, it basically stores glucose. And glucose comes from when you eat any type of carbohydrate, and then it basically gets converted into glucose for your body to use. If you have too much glucose, then it'll convert that glucose into glycogen so that it can save it for later to use, right? The next type is ketones, which ketones are basically just the same kind of process, but when you eat fat or some type of what are they called? When you eat fat or some type of fatty acid or something like that, right? Then when you eat some type of fat, right, then that fat gets converted into ketones for your cells and body to use, right? And the last thing is also amino acids, but that barely really an energy source, but yes, so protein can be converted into amino acids, which will then be used for energy, right? So you have amino acids, ketones, and carbohydrates. Basically what the new research discovered was, or I guess what they're researching right now, is that these cancer cells, they can only use the glycogen, so they can only really eat carbohydrates or sugars, right? Which means that so they can't use energy in the form of ketones, or they can't use energy in the form of amino acids, right? So you can probably see how excited I am, but this is just so interesting and just so I don't understand why this isn't so why there's not much more news articles on it, because this is so cool. Basically that means that because those cancer cells can only use sugar or glycogen, right, or glucose, and they can't use ketones or amino acids, then if you were to eat a diet that's only fat and protein, which is basically the keto diet, right, you found a way to target killing only the cancer cells, right? Because if you can starve the cancer cells while still providing energy for the rest of your body, then you found a way to target those cancer cells so that only they die of starvation, whereas everything else doesn't. Now again, this is there's still ongoing research, and I'm not a doctor or anything, but I've been reading this and I thought this is just so interesting, and I thought I'd share. And I haven't seen it anywhere on the internet, or I haven't seen it anywhere on YouTube. So I just wanted to share. This is so cool, right? What do I do in my spare time? This is what I do in my spare time. But of course YouTube too. But I just think it's so interesting, and I maybe if I can spread this out, and obviously don't bet your house, don't bet the farm on this treatment to work, right? Obviously listen to your doctor, listen to what they suggest. But I mean in other, but I'd say trying, if this were to happen to a family member or happen to a friend or something, then trying this treatment out, which is not necessarily even along with doing the doctor suggested stuff, right? Doing this diet won't necessarily hurt you, right? It's just a different diet, and maybe it will have some benefits, right? So I'm not telling you that keto diet or like all fat, all protein diet will specifically cure cancer, but like it's like it won't hurt. So why not try it out, right? And also, I'm also not saying that the keto diet is better than any other diet, right? Like for like a healthy person that doesn't have cancer, who's to say which one is more healthy, right? It's what do you prefer and what like makes you mentally happy, physically happy, and yeah, right. It's just for this specific application. Maybe looking towards the keto diet might be like a plausible way of treating this problem that's been like diseasing humans for so long. Obviously, as I said before, another really big thing would also be just try to be as stress-free as possible. I put this in a previous video, but like stress definitely does hinder your body's ability to catch mistakes, and it might even like and to kind of like fight off any diseases that might occur, right? So definitely just try to be as stress-free as possible. I know sometimes it's difficult, but like don't focus on the things you can't change. Don't focus on things that happened in the past. Just try to kind of look forward, right? I know that's sometimes really hard, but it's the best we can do, right? But yeah, I just wanted to share this. This is like super random. I know my channel is like supposed to be just like troll random stupid stuff, but like this is so cool. Like the fact that this is a plausible way of treating someone without seeing them go through so much pain and so much agony. It's like a little glimmer of hope, right? And I just wanted to share this, so maybe hopefully like this might be able to help someone. Like obviously, again, as I keep saying, I'm not a medical expert, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a whatever physician, but hopefully like I don't see how like if you were in this scenario, if you were in this predicament, I don't see how switching to a keto diet and just testing it out for maybe a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, how that would hurt you. It can only really benefit you. Yeah, so this is just random random video. I hope someone gets something from this. Again, if you are in that scenario, my heart goes out to you. I know it's really stressful, really difficult, but keep looking forward. If this does affect you, I wish you the best. My prayers go out to you. Oh my god, there's something stuck in my teeth for the past hour and it finally came out. Okay, super random, but